When was the last time that you guys felt that you had all the energy in the world and could accomplish anything you put your mind to? Seems like a dream, right? Well, you aren't the only one out there. Many of us have felt tired and burned out from our jobs and responsibilities. Adulting is complicated stuff, not gonna lie. But the thing is that most of us don't realize this until it's too late. So today, we are going to tell you about 7 signs that tell you that you are burned out. So, let us begin. But before we get into the signs, let us tell you a little about burnout. Burnout is a type of exhaustion brought on by persistent feeling of being overloaded. Excessive and prolonged emotional, physical, and mental stress cause it. Burnout is frequently linked to one's employment. When you're overloaded, emotionally tired, and unable to keep up with life's never-ending demands, you've reached burnout. There is no medical diagnosis for the syndrome. However, if you don't recognize or address burnout, it can have a negative impact on your physical and mental health. Now let us tell you a little about the symptoms that you need to look out for. Number 1. Lack of motivation. Maybe you snooze your alarm till you have to rush out the door in the morning. You know precisely what you need to do that day, but you lack the enthusiasm to get it done. That's a sign that the work you've been doing has burned you out. It's critical to discover what's out of alignment in your life in order to battle this emotion. Spend some time considering your long-term goals and where you want to go in the next 3 years. Use the things you've discovered as fuel for your activities and to keep you going once you've picked a few significant items you want to manifest in your life. Number 2. Exhaustion. It's a sign that you're not taking care of yourself correctly if you require 5 cups of coffee to keep your eyes open during the day. When you're exhausted all the time, it's a prominent symptom of burnout. Exhaustion can manifest as emotional, mental, or bodily exhaustion. It's the feeling of being fully spent as if you don't have any energy. It's critical to check in with yourself at this point to ensure you're meeting your basic needs. How much sleep do you get on a regular basis? Do you eat on a regular basis? When was the last time you went out for a workout? Have you had your fill of water? Simple things might have the greatest impact on our energy levels. Number 3. Cognitive problems. Burnout and persistent stress can impair your capacity to focus and pay attention. When we're stressed, our attention is drawn to the bad aspect of the situation that we see as a threat. According to Dr. Ballard, this helps us deal with the problem at hand in short term. Our bodies and minds, on the other hand, are built to tolerate this in brief spurts before returning to normal functioning. When stress becomes chronic, our restricted focus persists for an extended period of time, making it difficult to pay attention to other things. This tunnel vision of fight or flight can impair your capacity to solve problems and make judgments. You might find that you're more forgetful and have a harder time remembering things. 4. Anger management issues. Arguments with coworkers, friends, and family members, as well as a sudden feeling of exasperation or simmering rage, are all red flags that something is really wrong. Friction develops early on, making it more difficult to get things done within and between teams. Later on, this leads to missed targets. Work that was once enjoyable and exhilarating might become burdensome as a result of persistent stress, resulting in cause of misery. This is the perfect time for you to take ownership of your time and energy. Make sure you're not overcommitting yourself and taking on too much. Set time and energy boundaries so you can enjoy some much-needed alone time. Number 5. Negative self-talk. Stress has the ability to play mind games with us. Our minds tend to gravitate to a negative place when we're overwhelmed or exhausted. If you find yourself consistently thinking negatively or being particularly harsh on yourself, it's possible that you haven't allowed yourself enough time to rest and recharge. Give yourself grace when you're feeling bogged down by negative thinking. No one holds you to the same high standards as you do, and it's alright to take a break now and again. Say positive affirmations, write down your ideas in a journal, and take time to relax completely. Number 6. Depersonalzation. Burnout causes cynicism and separation from others due to mental and physical exhaustion. We experience depersonalization, disengagement from coworkers, friends, and even family members, which is a classic burnout sign. This is obviously awful for relationships with coworkers, clients, or patients, and it's also bad for you, since it keeps you from getting the help you need to overcome burnout. Burnout can occur in any industry, including law, engineering, healthcare, and administrative assistants working for organizations or churches. Make an effort to reach out ahead of time. Burnout may appear to be the end, but it isn't. You can make a complete recovery by changing how you work, think, and care for yourself, and by focusing on a better work-life balance in the future. You can put the engine back under your hood. Number 7. No time for self-care. When it comes to dealing with burnout, self-care can be really beneficial. Making the time for self-care is the difficult part. It's likely that you don't have time for self-care since you're putting everyone else's needs before your own. Instead of looking out for themselves, people suffering from burnout tend to pick up habits that can only be termed as escape behavior. These behaviors could include things like binging on unhealthy food, excessive drinking, or other such habits that they would generally avoid. So, if you find yourself doing any such a thing, it is high time that you give yourself permission to take a break. The time limit of this break is not important. What is important is that you manage to find some time out for yourself in which you just relax and let the worries of the day flow out of your mind. Self-care is the most effective way to recover from burnout, so make it a priority in your life. It is important to remember that burnout doesn't happen suddenly. You can't just turn it off and on. It is significantly more subtle, gradually eroding good habits and other beneficial personal characteristics like bathing and shaving. So, remember that you should always give priority to yourself over everything else. Work can wait, your health can't. So that is all the time we had today, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and do hit the bell icon on your way out. See you all next time.